Hey, what's up? You're tuned into Mental Groove. Today we've got a Kevin Samuels clip on deck that I haven't seen yet. But from what I've heard, it's one of those ones that makes you sit up a little straighter. If you're into real reactions and grown conversations, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's check it out together.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Uh-oh. What do we got? What are we talking about?
I hate when people do this when they come on your show, but I really was not expecting to be accepted.
Okay.
Um, the question was, what
Well,
was the question?
at 23, my question is, why do you watch my content?
So I can avoid the mistakes that the older women in my life are making and have made.
Did you go home for were you at home for Thanksgiving?
I was actually at my friend's house.
Okay. When you talk to was your mother married?
No,
When you talk to the older women in your family or whatever, how do they talk about relationships?
it depends on whether they were married or not.
Okay. But
Because
but in general.
it's a mixed bag. You have women who are very like jaded and they believe they don't have like a positive outlook, but then you have women who are happily married who do have a positive outlook.
Okay, and
That
see,
makes
this is one of the things you young ladies do. You ladies do listen to what I'm about to say. You ladies don't want to hold each other accountable, so you don't want to be offensive. But but 70 years ago, if you asked a 23-year-old woman, she wouldn't say, "I don't want to make the mistakes of the women in the past." You need to move the camera down. It's off your face.
okay. I'm scared. I look a mess. Okay.
Okay, but still, see, it's like you don't want to. It's like you came in and said, "I don't want to make the mistakes of the people in the past." Cool. By the way men think, that means most of the women have made mistakes. So at 23, you should only see positive. So do you see a lot of women talking about relationships in a positive way and living that?
No.
Okay, so when I ask you, how do the women talk about relationships? Why do you come in this 50-50? Some do, some don't. It's half and half.
Okay, maybe I was trying to be fair, so I'm going to say most women do have a negative outlook on relationships.
Ladies, understand something. Stop trying to be fair to women. Start being fair to the men you want to get with. I'm gonna talk past you. So many of you ladies are so worried about offending French toast ass women that you sit there and men are like, when y'all gonna just be honest and say what y'all see? That's number one. And then what do you want out of life? When you're 50 years old, how do you want life to look? Have you ever thought about that?
Yes.
How does life look for you at 50?
At 50, I would like to be like my grandmother. She has a wealth of children and grandchildren
Mm-hmm.
to take care of and to minister to and to help us up. So at 50, that's what I see myself doing is like giving to my children and my grandchildren.
And how old was your grandmother when she got married?
I believe my grandmother was 19.
Okay, so you're already 4 years older than her.
Mm-hmm.
So many women want to be this matriarch, this grandmother, and all these kids, uh, and a family, right? That's what you said. You want to have children that you're ministering to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where's the husband?
Oh yeah, we're happily married with all my grandchildren and kids.
But do you notice how you went directly to the kids and no mention of the man?
Okay.
Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think you did that?
Um, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Why do
Well,
you
I'm
think?
not, well. I know why. I think I know why. Because your mother wasn't married.
Okay.
And you weren't taught, and the thing you say you want, you weren't raised or taught how to be.
That makes sense.
So if you weren't raised and taught how to be it, what do you think the probability is you're going to get it? Probability 0 to 100.
Um,
What's the probability you're going to pass a chemistry test if you haven't studied chemistry, you haven't read a chemistry book?
I think that's a valid point, and
But what's the probability? See, y'all don't answer that. See what?
I'm
See.
getting ready to.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
gosh,
no,
no.
no. That's a valid point. Then what's the answer? Then direct answer. Because what I'm teaching you is how to communicate to men.
Okay.
We when we ask y'all direct questions, we want a direct answer, and then say what it is. You kind of say, instead of saying that's a valid point, just give me the number and then say that part. That's how men more communicate. But go ahead. What do you think the probability is for you or any woman? So let's take it off of you.
Like a woman who was not taught.
Yeah. What do you think the probability is if a woman wants to be married with a nice sized family and the things you say you want? What do you think the probability is that she will actually get that outcome if she wasn't taught?
I think it's low.
Okay. Can you assign a number to it?
Um, Maybe 30%. I don't know.
Okay, 30%. Um, well, today, 1 in 4 of our women can expect to be married in their lifetime. The current black marital rate sits at about 30%.
Mm.
Current marital rate. And that's with your grandmother's generation, the baby boomers, and late generation X. The younger generations, the lower it goes.
Okay.
Well, so what I'm trying to show you is that women tend to look at things abstractly in their feelings, kind of through colored glasses. Because I would say you probably got less than a 5% chance if you weren't taught how to do it. And
Okay.
and I would say that based upon the numbers. If 1 in 4 will expect to be married, that's married of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
The average black marriage lasts 5 years. So how do you get to the end point? So you'd have to say how many. You'd have to say at age 50, how many married grandmothers do you see at age 50 with big families like that today?
Not many.
So out of 150-year-old women, how many are married with big families? And this is just a
Um,
pure guess. You just
is this
guess.
black community or all communities?
I've been talking about black community ever since this. So
Okay,
why
so
no switch?
I'm gonna say 20.
Okay. So again, 2020. So that means if you saw 5 50-year-old women, one of them would be married with a big family. Is that what you kind of see right now?
I believe so. I mean, what I mostly see is 50-year-old women competing with my generation, honestly, and then you might have one that's married.
Mm. What city do you live in?
Atlanta.
Oh no, you don't see that many. Not here, you don't. No, it's close to about 10%. I mean, I'm 50, and I'm gonna tell you, most of them in my generation are not married, and they damn sure ain't married with big families. Most are single as hell, and they're competing with you to try to get a younger man because we won't touch it. And that's the reality. And that's the thing you don't want to grow up to be. You don't want to be one of these 50-year-old women you see competing with young women, right?
Exactly.
All right. Since we went all the way around there, now you got to ask yourself, how am I going to get that? If my grandmama had what it is I say I want and she got married at 19, people are telling me I'm 23 and I got time. It's one thing. Number two, who's teaching me the practical stuff that I'm going to need to know to work with a man? Not the big picture, not the bullet points, the everyday stuff. Who's teaching? Since I didn't learn this as a girl, a young girl, let's say, have you ever been around any people who are Hispanic?
Yes, I grew up in a Hispanic community.
Okay, so did you ever go over to their house when you were a young girl?
Yes.
Did you notice the difference how the women were with the men?
Yes.
They get taught from a very young age. So transitioning into relationships is natural and normal. So arguably, how you going to get there? Because somebody has to teach you. And I'm gonna move you to the side in this. Most women are hoping that a man will marry them and they can learn on the job. But y'all don't marry potential. Y'all want men who are already ready to go. So I think what I've kind of showed is you got a lot of work to get done in a short period of time to get what it is you say you want. So young ladies, understand something. Hot girl summer and all that other stuff is, if you're around this age, if you know what you want about age 50, y'all got to start getting deadly serious about relationships, understanding the numbers, understanding who men are, and stop listening to women tell you you got time. Because I agree. My grandmother and they were married by your age. So, last couple of questions, I'll bring somebody else on. You've been a good sport. Um, when you ask your mom why she didn't get married, have you ever asked her that?
Well, my mom is married now,
Okay.
but she was not married to my father.
How long did your mom been married?
Probably about 5 years.
Okay. And so she got married after you were at least a senior in high school.
Right.
Um, did you ask her why she didn't get married sooner?
I haven't asked her, but I feel like I could answer for her.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think she's a wife,
Mm.
honestly. I mean, and that's something ever since about last year, especially when you went viral and I started to listen to the content. Even my grandma watches your content.
Hmm.
And then it's crazy. A lot of the guys I've been dating, they listen to your content too. So, um, as I started to kind of like look and learn and reverse engineer the situation, I just realized, you know, like people say, you don't just become a wife, you're a wife and then you get married. So I believe that's
So,
probably why.
so, so I'm gonna move to the side. A lot of our young ladies can't go ask their mothers about relationships because they already know their mothers aren't wives or fit or whatever. And it'll end up in an argument or conflict or information that they can't use. It's like trying to go ask your mama for help in algebra, and she'll fuck your homework up. You know, I mean, as a kid, you knew what subject you go to your parents and ask for, and you knew at some point, my parents can't help me with this. I'm on my own. Um, I feel that you ladies know you're on your own, but you got to start getting around. I don't. And here's the thing: I don't know where to necessarily direct you. I just try to put a sense of urgency out there and let you know what it is you did not necessarily get, but if the outcome you want, you're gonna have to get it from somewhere. I don't know where it is, but at least you're starting to look at it. But anyway, thank you for coming
She's
by.
23. She admits her mother was never married. She finally admits that most women in her life don't speak positively about relationships. And she says she wasn't raised to be a wife. Okay, fair. But here's the truth. Just because you weren't raised to be a wife doesn't mean you get to stay unfit to become one. The issue with today's generation is that they think acknowledging the dysfunction is enough. Like saying, now I wasn't taught how to be a wife is a badge of self awareness. No, that's just the starting line. What matters is what you do next. Let's be honest, at 23, you have time. but you're also at a crucial fork in the road. You can either keep repeating the cycles, blaming your mother, your aunties, your environment, or you can break the cycle by learning what you were never taught. Because let's get real, no man is going to marry an untrained, bitter, masculine woman just because she had a hard upbringing. That's not his problem. It's yours. You weren't raised to be a wife, fine, but are you even trying to become one now? Submitting to a man, understanding his nature, learning peace, structure, and femininity, that's a choice. Your past might not be your fault, but your future is your responsibility. So no, I don't support the idea that just because you weren't raised right, that you should be treated with the same grace as a woman who prepared herself. High value men don't date potential, they date results. So what now? You going to keep hanging with women who hate men? Or are you going to find mentors, read books, watch content, retrain your mindset, and become what your mother never showed you how to be? Because the legacy of brokenness ends with you, or it continues through you.